Welcome friends, today I am going to say few words about cluster analysis using SPSS software. Actually the basic concepts behind this, the cluster analysis is an exploratory data analysis tool which forms meaningful clusters based on empirical data set collected primarily from field survey through structured questionnaire. Comparing with factor analysis, we know that factor analysis is the formation of few factors from many variables which are similar type within a factor but different between factors. But in cluster analysis, clusters formed which are also similar type within itself but different between clusters with respect to distance criteria. Hence, in each cluster, the variables or objects or attributes are same, but between clusters they are different with respect to distance criteria. The main difference is that in factor analysis, the factors are basically based on correlation coefficient measure among the variables, but in cluster analysis the clusters are formed on the basis of distance measure among the different variables for each cases or respondents. Many variables are reduced to few factors, each of which consists of few variables in factor analysis, but in cluster analysis large number of respondents are reduced to a small number of clusters. Thus, factor analysis deals with variables, but the cluster analysis deals with the respondents or number of cases. Cluster analysis is a group of multivariate techniques whose primary purpose is to group objects, for example the respondents, products or other entities based on the characteristics they possess. The attributes, variables or objects within cluster will be close together or homogeneous, but the distance between the cluster will be further apart or heterogeneous with respect to the same variables, objects or attributes. In the real world situation, the car manufacturers or motorcycle manufacturers design their product or attach some facilities on the basis of various groups or clusters of customers. Similarly, when a teacher prepares his or her lectures or set questions in the exam on the basis of various groups of or categories or cluster of students, or in another example, when a political leader prepares his or her speech, he will prepare on the basis of various groups or categories of people. So in this way or in all these cases, implicitly or explicitly, we are applying cluster analysis. At present, not only in social sciences but in many other branches, the cluster analysis is used as a research tool. Generally, cluster analysis can be classified or analyzed from two angles. One is known as hierarchical cluster analysis and the another one is non-hierarchical or popularly known as k-means cluster analysis. But another important is the combination of both, that is known as two-step cluster analysis. K-means cluster analysis is generally used when the variables are measured in same scale, either ratio or interval scale, but two-step cluster analysis tool is used when variables are in a combination of quantitative, that is continuous, and qualitative, that is categorical nature. If continuous variables are measured in different units, then it is better to convert the data into standard score or G score. Basically, hierarchical cluster is used to explore the number of clusters that are to be formed, whereas a k-means and two-step cluster analysis are usually used to identify the characteristics of clusters. Generally, hierarchical cluster analysis uses three types of agglomerative algorithm or technique. These are linkage method, centroid method, variance method, which is also known as words method. Linkage method can again be classified into three ways: single or nearest neighbor method, complete linkage, which is just opposite to the single method, linkage method, and the final one is average distance method. So in this context, for details, you can watch Dr. J.K. Naik's video. He is from IIT Roorkee. So these are all techniques to how to prepare the distance. So we want to analyze in this video the cluster analysis with the help of a hypothetical example. In the example, we are trying to create cluster on the basis of few socioeconomic variables, like opting for academic stream of science, commerce and arts after 10 10 standard, gender, parents income, residential area, father's occupation, marks obtained in last exams, caste, etc. Let's see the hypothetical data set in the Excel sheet is just like this. Okay, here family income is a continuous type of variable, okay, taken as 1000 per month, and marks obtained in 10th standard is also continuous type of variable. The family size is also continuous type of variable, whereas gender binary variable. The residential area is taken as this variable is qualitative, that means taken as in Likert scale. Okay, father's occupation also the qualitative type of variable, caste also. Okay, now after exporting it into SPSS software, it looks, this is the variable view. Okay, so stream taken is taken as in this way: 1 for science, 2 for commerce, arts, 3. Okay, in this way we have classified. Similarly for caste, caste is 1 for general, 2 for SC/ST and 3 for OBC. And then father's occupation is taken as 1 is service, maybe government or private sector service, 2 business activities, and 3 agriculture and related activities or in informal sector, like this. Okay, similarly residential area is taken in Likert scale. 1 means extremely rural, 2 means rural, 3 means semi-urban, 4 means urban, 5 is city. In this way you have classified. Similarly gender, 0 for female, 1 for male. Okay, so these are ordinal type variable and the others are scale variable. Now what we have to do, we have to go through the analyze, then classify, then hierarchical cluster analysis. Click hierarchical cluster analysis. Now since the hierarchical cluster analysis is done on the basis of scale variable, so we are taking scale variable only. This is family income, marks obtained in the last exam, the family size, etc. Regarding here statistics, what we are, agglomeration schedule is given. Okay, we have nothing to change here. Plot the dendrogram will not plot because we will get the approximate idea of the number of clusters from the agglomeration schedule. Method here we have to take the words method, that is this one, words method. The squared Euclidean distance is okay. Standardize, we don't need to standardize because we are using the same type of variable. Continue, and then the save we don't need to change anything here, so click OK. This spaces will provide the result for the hierarchical cluster analysis. Here the first one is case processing summary, that is total number of variable, percentage, missing number, and like this. Agglomeration schedule, from the agglomeration schedule what we have to do, we have to start from the last one. Okay, from the last one, that means from the 119, this is known as stage. Okay, and we have to see the coefficients only, so coefficients and stage. Okay, so starting from the last one, where we have to see where the extraordinary jump has taken place. Okay, so from this one, 3000, 3000, 4000, so 4900, 5000, 6700. So from here, from 115 to 116, the jump is 4000. Jump is 4000. Okay, similarly here also the jump is more than 4000. So in this way we can take the number of possible clusters. That means the total number of variable is total number of cases 119, not variable cases 100, or respondents 120, but here we can take number of stages as 117, because the jump is huge here, not 3 or 4, more than this. Okay, so 117. So the number of possible cluster, we can take 120 minus 117, that means 3. So we are getting 120 minus 117, that means 3 clusters. Okay, because the jump is huge here, 36,000 changes are there, so huge jump. So we have to check where that huge jump has occurred. Okay, others are negligible, that means more or less uniform or something like this. So from this hierarchical cluster analysis, we can able to determine the possible number of clusters. Now we will go the k means not scale, classify k means cluster, classify, then k means cluster. Okay, giving this data. Okay, we are using the same data, ratio scale data, and for this one no change. For save, okay, cluster membership, distance from each cluster, and for option, okay, you can give ANOVA table also, and cluster information for each case, continue. Okay, the result will, this is initial cluster center. Okay, and iteration history, these are not important, but the important thing is the final cluster. Okay, final cluster and the cluster membership table, that means so which respondent falls in which cluster. So final cluster center provides that the 3 clusters that has been derived from hierarchical cluster analysis, with respect to family income. The mean income of the first cluster is 36,000, the mean income of the second cluster is 23,000, and for the third cluster is 67,000. Similarly, marks obtained in 10th standard is highest in say cluster 1, and second in cluster 3, third in, that is 51, is in cluster 2. Family size, there is no change in family size in all the clusters, 444. Now from this table, that means membership, we can able to identify that which case belongs to which cluster. Okay, in this way, the k means cluster, from the k means cluster we can able to identify that which respondent falls into which cluster. Okay, now we are going to the combination of these two. That means now we can able to this is classify 2-step cluster. Okay, now we can able to use the categorical variable and continuous variable. So we can give categorical variable, that means stream taken. Okay, categorical variable caste, here the father's occupation, residential area, gender, okay, and family size, here marks obtained, here continuous, family income here. Okay, and determine automatically the maximum lag, specify, we are not specifying. Now okay, since we know the number of clusters are 3, you can write it 3 also. Okay, and regarding option, no change, continue. Regarding output, pivot table, okay, you can give pivot table, evaluation, export final model, membership variable, create cluster membership variable, continue. Okay, click OK. We are getting the result. This is the result, and the result shows 2-step cluster, shows the cluster discrimination, cluster 1, 2, 3 combined, percentage combined, total, the centroid cluster profile, frequencies, okay, and caste, father's occupation. By considering all the variables and considering all cluster, that is all the 3 clusters, and the variables, contribution of the variables are given. For example, science, commerce, arts. Okay, stream taken, science, commerce, arts. In cluster 1 there is no science respondents. Similarly, cluster 2 12%, cluster 3 87%, and similarly commerce, cluster 2 86%. So most of the participants are from commerce in cluster 2. Similarly, in cluster 1 most of the participants are from 3 means arts. 3 means science is 87%, and in arts, so from this stream taken, this is science, commerce, arts, we are getting cluster 1 0% science, cluster 2 12.2% science, and cluster 3 87.8% participants opting for science. So we can say that there is huge amount of science participants are there in cluster 3. Similarly, cluster 1 10% commerce, cluster 2 86.2% commerce, and cluster 3 3.4% students are from commerce. So in cluster 2 the majority of the participants, that means 86.2% are opting for commerce. And regarding arts team, cluster 1 86% participants or respondents opting for arts in cluster 1. Similarly 6% in cluster 2 opting for arts, and in cluster 3 8% are opting for arts. So we can say that cluster 86% are arts in cluster 1, and so cluster 1 consists of maximum participants are opting for arts, cluster 2 maximum participants are science, and cluster 3 maximum participants are from science. In this way we can explain. Similarly, with respect to caste, for general caste, cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3, cluster 3 51.6% belongs to general caste. That means cluster 3 means the cluster in which the participants opting for science, they belong to maximum or majority of the participants belong to this is general caste. Okay, and 32% are in SC/ST and 16% in OBC. Similarly, in SC/ST 61% in cluster 1. So cluster 1 consists of majority of the participants who are the reserved category SC/ST. Okay, similarly 25% in cluster 2 and 13% in cluster 3. The OBC categories are in cluster 1. Okay, and 14% in cluster 2, and 21.4% of OBCs are in cluster 3. So maximum or majority of the OBC are also in cluster 1. In this way we have to explain. Similarly, the father's occupation, regarding government service, 70% are in cluster 3. 70% of the respondents or participants family or father's income are in government or private sector, service sector, and in 86% in cluster 2 and business. Okay, so majority of the participants father doing business. Okay, their profession as businessmen, and 0% for in agriculture, cluster 2 0%, but 96.3% belong to cluster 1. Therefore cluster 1 the respondents parents are mainly their parents profession is in agriculture. Okay, and its related activities, and similarly 3.7% in cluster 3 and 0% in cluster 2. In this way we can explain the cluster analysis. Similarly, the residential area, rural to city, in Likert scale, we can take the extremely rural cluster 1 77.3%, and 13.6% in cluster 2 and 9% in cluster 3. Similarly rural, similarly semi-urban, urban, city. So 60% in cluster 3, the 60% respondents are from city areas. Similarly 57% urban areas in cluster 3. So in this way we have to explain the gender. Regarding gender, what we are observing, that 15% in cluster 1, 33% male in 2, and 50% in cluster 3. So cluster 3 consists of mainly science, mainly the government service. Okay, parents income, government service, and they are also from city area, urban or city areas. Okay, consists of the participants in cluster 3. Similarly cluster 1 mainly the male percentage is there, this is female percentage, 63% mainly female, and they are opting for arts. Okay, and their parents are mainly are in agriculture sector. So in this way we can analyze with respect to the different variables. Now coming to model summary. In algorithm 2-step inputs 8 cluster 3. Okay, click here. We are getting the cluster sizes. Okay, cluster 1, cluster 2, cluster 3 sizes are there. Size of the smallest cluster, size of the largest cluster, the ratio of sizes largest cluster to smallest cluster. Now we are coming in this way. Also graphically we can able to explain. Okay, now we are coming to this point that we are giving automatically how the software can generate number of clusters, because we have given 3, okay, by fixed number of clusters. Now we are going to 2-step. Click here, 2-step. Okay, so instead of giving specified fixed, we are giving determine automatically the maximum number of clusters. Click OK. What we are getting? We are getting the auto clustering. Again we are getting the 3 clusters here. The results are more or less same. Okay, centroid. And with respect to family size, with respect to marks obtained, with respect to family income, that means this is the continuous scale data variable. Stream, with respect to stream taken, the cluster 1 0% science, cluster 2 12.2% science, cluster 3 87.8% science. Okay, in this way by considering the qualitative variable okay, and quantitative variable, we can able to explain the cluster analysis, that how many clusters are formed and which cluster, the characteristics of the clusters. For example, cluster 3 is mainly the stream, the 87% are taken science in cluster 3. So we can say cluster 3 it consists of science students who are opting for science. Similarly, most of the students are in general category, because 51.6% in general category of the cluster 3, and father's occupations of cluster 3 is 70% are in government service. So government service, the participants who are opting for science stream, okay, so they are parents or fathers occupations are majority or 70% of the participants father's income is in service or government sector. Similarly, the cluster 3 majority 60%, that means 57% urban area, 60% in city. So most of the urban or city areas participants are opting for science. So in this way we can classify the cluster 1. Similarly, for cluster 2, the family size, mean family size is medium size 4.03, standard deviation marks obtained 59, okay, is less than the mean marks of cluster 3 but greater than the mean marks of cluster 1. And similarly, stream taken maximum is commerce. So cluster 2 mainly consists of the commerce students or the participants from commerce opting for commerce background. Similarly, regarding maximum percentage is in general. So general castes, the maximum participants are belong to general caste. Similarly, fathers occupation, business, maximum participants fathers are involved in business activities. Similarly, residential area of cluster 2, 52% semi-urban, 35% urban, 36% city. So more or less they are in urban, semi-urban or city areas. Maximum majority of the participants in cluster 2. And gender regarding male is cluster 2 33%. So maximum participants are male. So in this way we have to explain. Okay, here again we are getting exactly in the same thing that is done. Okay, the cluster sizes, etc. So I think that in this way you will get a rough idea about how cluster analysis can be done, how hierarchical cluster analysis provides us about the number of clusters and which member belongs to which cluster, that is k-means cluster. And similarly, by combining the quantitative and qualitative variable, how we can perform, how we can run the 2-step cluster analysis. Okay, so after getting the result, we have to explain, we have to analyze all the things. So with this in this way, by applying the research tool, we prepare research paper and we can able to publish it, we can able to present it in seminar. So I think that that's all for today.